For the most realistic steering system available on the market, look no further than Sim Steering from Leo Bodnar. Designed and hand-built at the home of British Motorsport's Silverstone circuit, it's extensively used by professional driver training centres and race teams including Formula 1 since 2010. The high precision and completely linear response coupled with high strength provides the ultimate in realistic steering force feedback. Visit simsteering.com.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Good morning and welcome to ARL-TV. I'm Alex Simpson and this is round 1 of the 7th season of the ARL-TV V8 Supercar Championship. I'm joined in the commentary box today by fellow World Championship driver and ARL-TV commentator Lee Thompson, Luke Emerton and Mark Noble. Hello fellas, how you doing?
Hi guys.
Hey Alex, how are you mate? Should be a great season this, I reckon.
Yeah, amazing actually. 7 seasons down. Well, 7th season, sorry. Just incredible to think that it's been going on this long. We're 1 more season and we're up to the 2-year mark.
Yeah, it's actually been fantastic. We started out as just a little league for our few boys started, and it's just grown from there.
We're at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, formerly known as Mosport. Any surprises here for the drivers that we're going to have to look out for?
Doing some testing midweek, and I know grip levels seem to be down slightly on last season, but it could just be my driving, I don't know.
And what has the new build brought to the car? I mean, I know there's been quite a few changes out there, a few tyres. I think we're running version 5 tyre model now.
Yeah, not sure. Actually, I think they're still on 4. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, the other changes, like we've had to completely go through all our setups and pretty much start from scratch. So
The actual V8 is still on the 4-tyre model. It never got the new model.
Shows what I know.
Yeah, one of the very few left on the servicing, guys.
Well, don't say that to the Oval guys, they'll be raging. So we see some familiar faces returning, some new ones as well. Who are we expecting? Mark, Luke, who do we expect this season to be fighting at the front?
Being the first race of the season, you never know. The few of the other races that have gone down earlier today have been a few surprises. So
yeah, there is a returning face. I think Alex might remember him. Jamie Fuchs. He's improved a lot, so he'll be up there.
Yeah, we remember Jamie. Good to see him back.
Well, that's a shame because I was just looking at last season's results and I was about to say, oh, okay, there is one new face in there at least. Jamie Fuchs is a top new runner, but that explains if he's returning from a previous season. But I said it looks all like the familiar faces at the top of the standings, guys, so far from last season, right?
Yeah, pretty much. We got Michael Yeo, he's and Dave Mayer, Jake Burton, I think. I think it's Jake. But anyway, yeah, no, there's a fair few new fellas in there that'll give the big fellas a bit of a run, actually.
Yeah, just having a quick look at the provisional standings as they are. Lee Day, that is a very familiar face up the top, and closely followed by a rival Tobias Cherney there. So those guys went at it a bit in previous seasons. Obviously, I'm not 100% sure, having missed the season 6. Due to some commitments. Who won last season?
Tobias got another championship, mate.
Good on Tobias. So He looks like he's going to be in a strong position to defend that again.
Yeah, he's actually got a few teammates with him this season too, so he might have a bit of help.
Yeah, recently signed to Carbon Racing, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, any other driver swaps that we need to know about?
I think Chris. Give me 2 seconds.
Certainly seeing a few familiar faces down in TeamSpeak as well, which is good to see. Dave Oliver just down there. Must have been in this series from word go, I think.
Yeah, no, he's pretty close to it.
Yes, and I see your very own Mr. Prescott is in the lineup this evening. Good to see him out on the track.
Let's find Dino, see what he's up to.
Currently running 11th in qualifying, so I reckon he'll be happy with that in midfield at the minute.
Yeah, I told him I'll try not to put the commentator's curse on him in my first time in the box, so we'll see how we go.
Well, we're coming into the last couple of minutes now of qualifying, and Lee Day is yet to be disturbed from that pole position. He's got over 3/10 of a second to Tobias Cherney there, so it'll be interesting to see if Tobias or anyone else can just give Lee a little bit of a closer run before the session ends.
Yeah, it looks like the track's quite busy as well, so I guess the main problem the guys are struggling out there with is just to get that clear track, get a nice run, maybe catch some of the draft on the way down that back straight. Just as Dean's coming up on a bit of traffic going into the final sector, so perhaps just lost a couple of tenths of a second there.
Yeah, minute 19, almost full second slower than his quickest lap, I think. Oh no. Where is he? No, might have been almost close to his fastest, but yeah, as you say, he wanted to walk out of there a bit on that exit.
It's looking pretty close between the rest of the field at the minute, really. I mean, Mosport's quite a technical track, especially for a big heavy car like this V8. And I mean, what, between second and where we're at, 21st? Yeah, only just over a second, 1.2 seconds between those 20 positions. So that's it shows how competitive hopefully this season's going to be.
Yes, I remember from last season, the mid-pack racing in this league is very, very close, qualifying anywhere from, say, 10 to 20 racing. It's pretty much the whole race. Nice and exciting.
Well, the last seconds are ticking down now of the qualifying session, so everyone is going to be on their very final opportunity to improve their grid slot. Still Lee Day, still got this comfortable margin of 3/10 over Tobias Cherney. Chris Stone just a couple of hundredths behind in third, with Jared Filsall in fourth and Trevor Johnson fifth currently at our stand.
Yeah, just watching Tobias actually just in the background here. Looks like he's about to pull up on his final lap. Looks like he caught a bit of traffic, so nothing coming of that. Looks like Lee Day's going to be happy there. It's Chris Stone just coming through for his final lap. Let's just see if that makes any improvements. Just as the camera flicks off. No, still in third. Does a bit of drifting. Fails miserably.
Yes, and Rexy's nice new livery there by the look of it. So team boss won't be happy with that one.
Yeah, Chris Stone went over left. He's gone from LMR to OCAU actually. Joining up with Philip and a few of the boys over there.
Yeah, now the drivers are just bringing it home. Doesn't look like anyone's on a fast lap. Lee, I wonder if you can just quickly take us through the grid.
Yeah, so as we were saying then, Lee Day 118.395, so pole position for race 1 of season 7 of the ARL-TV V8 Supercar Championship. So as I said, comfortable gap over Tobias Cherney, so 3/10 of a second over him. Third position is Chris Stone, fourth is Jared Filsall, fifth is Trevor Johnson, sixth is Jake Burton. So you guys are saying that's a new face, so that's going to be a great start for him then, P6. P7 is Chris Behan. P8 is Jamie Fuchs. P9 Kurt Stenberg. P10 Dave Mayer. P11 Tom R. Jones. P12 Michael Ye. 13th is our very own Dean Prescott. 14th Mark Warmington. 15th Aaron Hamilton. 16th Luke Betts. 17th Ian McPherson. 18th Will Dodd. 19th Lance Perkins. 20th Jamie Peters. 21st Philip Jansen van Rensburg. 22nd Brenton O'Brien. 23rd Shane Best. 24th Shane Stidolf. 25th Isaac de Figueroa. 26th Arnulf Kuller. 27th Rainus Dreyers. 28th Nils Jordan. 29th Damien McConney. 30th Jamie Eaton. 31st Brian Monga. 32nd Wei Han Chan. 33rd, oh well, that's the final runner, sorry. 32nd is the final slot on the grid. Everyone else is commentators.
Yeah, that's a pretty impressive lineup we've got there. 30 cars on the grid. I think this is going to be an excellent race. Final guys just taken to the grid.
Yeah, can't wait to get this going. This is going to be great racing.
Yeah, it's good. It's a tough first couple of corners into Mosport here, isn't it? Especially turn 2, off camber, left-handed, downhill. Let's hope we don't get too many ending up in that outside grass and outside wall.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one, I think, if we see anything happen. It's going to be around that corner. Engines slowly starting to build. Lights are coming on. Round 7. So round 7, round 1, season 7, ARL-TV Supercar Championship Series is away. Lee gets a fantastic start. I think Tobias got a little bit bogged down there. Everyone through turn 1 as far as I can see cleanly.
Yeah, great start from everyone, clean turn 1.
Here we come down into this treacherous corner. This is always tricky if you're on the outside line. Very, very easy to run wide. Got a couple guys off.
Yeah, everyone keeps it together, nobody in the wall. Good start. So Lee Davin already trying to stamp his authority on this season. So like I say, great launch off the line. So he's got in close company Tobias Cherney. So line astern off the grid. Jared Filsall in 3rd, Chris Stone in 4th, Trevor Johnson 5th. That's I think as they started.
Big accident, turn 3. Looks like May just tried to have a bit of a dive up the inside of Will there and made contact spinning around. Corner the first right-hander there after the big long left.
Right, and we're back. We are sorry about the little hiccup there. Technical problems, as always. And yeah, nothing's changing. Here at ARL-TV, we always have the usual issues.
Bit of round 1 gremlins, Alex, that's all it is, eh?
Yeah.
Lee Day is under a lot more pressure now from Tobias Cherney, and the guys behind have closed up as well, Jared Filsall and Chris Stone. So I'm not sure if perhaps Lee Day made a little bit of an error on that last lap, but the leading 4 guys are really nose to tail now. And Jake Burton still trying to push on for that 5th position, almost alongside Trevor Johnson as they come up to turn 2. Looks to thinks about going around the outside, but cuts back to the inside, tries to get a run into the next corner, but it's not got to quite happen yet.
It's a great little battle here for Temp 11th, 12th. Tom Jones, Jamie Fuchs and Michael Yeo. Nose to tail.
Yeah, also a good little battle here, mid-pack 7, 8, 9 as well, as part of that pack. There's a nice little group.
Yeah, it's interesting how the race is developing into these little groups at the minute. So we've got the top 4 all breaking away, then we've got 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th in a little pack. We've then got 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th in a little pack, and yeah, we all get these little 3-4 car groupings at the minute.
Yeah, one thing with a new season, got to get used to all the new liveries, so take a couple of races just to realise who's in what.
Looks like
Yeah, even I'm finding it hard.
Oh, contact between Jake
Oh.
Burton and Trevor Johnson. Oh, that's a shame. So it looks like Jake's just going to get away with any further damage, but Trevor Johnson was hard into the wall. That's a shame. It was really looking like Jake was the person who can make a move. He's been pushing Trevor for a long time, and I think just was a little bit optimistic trying to dive down inside into turn 2.
Yeah, I can see Trevor's crabbing there, so definitely struggling. Just keeping it out of the way of traffic for the most part. He'll try and get out back to the pits, get his fast toe,
And,
get
Jamie
back out there.
Sorry, Alex. Jamie Fuchs gently into the wall at the double right-hander as well. I think you get away without any damage. He just overcooked in the braking zone, and he's lost himself 4 positions.
Yeah, just goes to show how close that pack is. Just a little off. 4 places gone. Yeah, you can just see some light damage on the left-hand side there, so should be okay.
Guys, how susceptible are these V8s to damage with brushes into the wall?
Oh,
They're pretty tough. Just depends what sort of angle you hit it, that's all.
yeah, the one thing you don't want to do with these things is cop a bit of contact while you're on a bit of a steering angle. They don't seem to like that too much, but you can rub them up a bit and they don't mind it. So.
And more contact, 3rd and 4th position. That was like turn 3, turn 4. Chris Stone looked to go up the inside of Jared Filsel, and it was almost a repeat of what we saw with Trevor Johnson and Jake Burton a minute ago. Just tagged the inside rear wheel as he looked to go up the inside there, and I think they both get away with minimal damage, but lost both of them positions.
Yeah, just have a quick look at that back on replay, just so we can see what happened. Yeah, just slid it up the inside. Looks like actually, looks like Jared got a little bit out of shape coming out of the previous corner, which is what let Stone have the run up the inside.
And Chris Stone's actually come quite well out of that, so assuming he hasn't got any damage from it that's going to affect him, he's actually held on to, well, made a position, I guess, technically, then up into 3rd place.
Michael Yao just made a spot on Tom Jones, a very good move actually, very clean. Moves him up to 7th, I think.
Yeah, just
So that little bit of contact, and it's just broken apart those leaders. So Lee Day and Tobias Cherney keeping each other close company, little pairing, and we've got a little break then from various instances.
oh, we got a spinner there. I think just ahead of Mark Warmington. I think that was Tom Jones. That was on his own there. Mark unfortunately helped him around. Nothing he could do there.
Yeah, Jamie Fuchs had a bit of a moment there too. Same corner, that fast left-hander downhill. One car got a bit sideways and then he's braked to avoid it and just unsettled the car and went right round. Made contact, didn't see who made contact with him though, but he's got a lot of damage on that left side of that car in the rear.
Yeah, one thing I've always thought about Mosport is it is quite good for good close racing. You can see the, like I say, these packs that are forming. Just looks fantastic actually. These, I mean, I'm looking at one, must be about an 8 or 9 car pack here. It's awesome. Yeah, down in it's from about 15th to about 24th. Collar here in 19th. Looks like he's got Shane and I think it might have been Brenton in front of him. Yeah, Mark, just for anybody who's not tuned in before, just give us a little bit of an outline of the scoring system and the structure that goes through, because obviously we don't use, it's not run on an official iRacing server, so it's not done on iRacing or anything like that, standard points.
The point system is exactly what the official real-life V8 use. Goes from 100 points all the way down to 33rd place, I think, by memory, or 30th it could be. With the team championship, they can have 4 drivers per team, but they only get the 2 top drivers score points each race. That's about the main things for it, really.
And this season, are we doing any short races or any endurance races?
There will be, I think there's 6 rounds of 1-hour races. Then there's 3 rounds of enduro races, 1.5 hours. And there's 3 rounds of, 4 rounds of 60-minute races, but with 60% fuel restriction on them, so to make them have 2 stops.
Okay, great. Yeah, sounds interesting. Nice to see. It's sort of spicing up the races a little bit. I think from history, the runs where fuel saving and strategy always makes for an interesting race, just to see what people do. See the odd one that goes long and some that get in early, and it's yeah, I look forward to those.
Yeah, well, tonight there'll be a pit stop. All the normal 1-hour races will be a pit stop, but they still have a full tank. I think tonight the pit window should be between 17 and 29 laps. I'm pretty round about those laps.
Right,
so it is a good range for the strategy.
Right, so as the leaders now come on to lap 10, let's have a quick look through the standings after the few incidents we've had in those opening laps. Lee Day still leading from his pole position, just power sliding out of turn 4 there, with Tobias Cherney just 3 tenths behind. Then we've got Chris Stone back in 3rd position, with Chris Behan in 4th, Kurt Stenberg in 5th, and Jared Filsell recovering from that contact earlier on, currently in 6th. Michael Yole is in 7th, Tom Jones in 8th, our very own Dean Prescott's made a few positions from his starting grid, he's in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Aaron Hamilton.
Yeah, top 10 looks like it spread itself out reasonably well. You know, little battles going on, so we'll just keep an eye on that. So I think
apart from the front 2, really, they're the only 2 that are really hassling each other at the moment.
But it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, it's still a long race to go, 36 laps left, so lots of people can make up some time. We'll see if any of the pit stop strategies work in favour for anybody just outside the top 10. Yeah, I think, Luke, you commented earlier about Jamie making a mistake, and I think I got confused with the liveries, or not knowing who was who there, and I think it was Jamie, not Tom, because Tom's still in 8th place.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it was Jamie Fuchs, I think, that got a bit sideways, but somebody had a moment in front of him, actually, and yeah, it just looked like he was getting ready to take avoiding action and completely just spun his car, and somebody rear-ended him. I think it was, but yeah, that was the incident before the dropout there. Yeah.
Got a couple of, I think that's Redback Racing, is it? The team down in 20th, 21st, having a little battle with each other. I say each other. There's about 10 cars around them.
Yeah, you got Nils and Jamie there trying to chase down the Lenovo driver, and stood off. He put a wheel off coming around this corner here last lap, and they just couldn't get the run on him. So.
Yeah, you commented earlier actually about the mid-pack here and how close it is, and I think we're just seeing evidence of that now as they come streaming down this back straight. You have to think anyone, oh, we've got someone just going a little bit wide there, a little bit deep into the corner, followed by somebody else as well. Apologies, I don't know the liveries yet to do that. Yeah, we'll get on that.
Shane Stidhoff is off there, coming back on, and the other one was one of our very own KRF drivers there. I think it was Shane Best who come off there.
Tricky corner though, that one down that back straight. Obviously, you don't want to get outbroken to that corner, but likewise, you don't want to go in too deep, as we've just seen there.
Yeah, it's hard. There's no real definitive braking marker coming into that corner, so you kind of just got to memorise it almost when you're kind of braking. It's a lot of trial and error to find out exactly the perfect spot. So each lap it kind of changes. So yeah, you get a little bit wrong like that, and you run a lot straight onto the grass.
So Lee, you just gave the car a spin before we went on air today. Just to tell us, you know, what your initial thoughts were, how the car handles, and where it's tricky and whatnot.
My initial thought was that it was a beast of a car. Yeah, great fun after even just a few laps, but I could really see that it would take a long time to maybe get your head around it a little bit. Only running the baseline setup, so obviously I don't know what unusual characteristics I might put in that the guys aren't having to worry about now. The main thing I was feeling was in that double right-hander, just how much understeer there was in the car trying to turn into the first part of that, and how slow you've got to be to get out of the second half fairly cleanly and get a good run onto that exit. But sounded great, felt pretty well balanced, but just tricky to get anywhere to the limit, I'm sure.
Yeah, and obviously you drive the FW31, so you know all about tricky at the limit.
I'm having a nice few weeks breather from the F1 car while I play around with roofs and radicals next.
Aren't we both? Right, let's catch in with the leaders, those two still battling at it. Although Lee looks like he's pulled away a little bit. I'm actually seeing just a little bit of scuffing on the right hand side of his car there, so I'm not sure what's gone on there. Maybe we missed something off camera. And Chris Stone falling back a little bit further from these two now as well.
Yeah, it looks like his lead might be just coming up to his first lot of lap traffic. So make it a bit interesting.
Yeah, this is where Twice really wants to put the hammer down, stick the pressure on him, make him worry about what's in front of him and what's behind him as well. Might just get the opportunity to have a little look down up the inside, or maybe get a better exit somewhere.
Yeah, the gap currently at nearly 0.9 of a second, so he's too far back, just out of the draft, so as it looks like the lap traffic pulls over for him, but yeah, so that won't hold him up too much.
If anything, it might be Tobias just gets he's through as well. Yeah, that time's pretty quick round here as well, so the race is ticking by already fairly quickly. And Mark, when did you say we were expecting people in from earlier? When was it, sorry?
Roughly about lap 7-8.
Yeah, so a couple of laps away. We'll see if any of these guys are doing a short stint. Maybe that's why they're pulling away a little bit from the pack. Though from what I can remember, both these lads seem to go quite long into their stint.
We've got a great little battle brewing between, I was about to say 5th, 6th and 7th then, but Jared Filsall is, sorry, just 5th and 6th, sorry. Jared Filsall's got Kurt Stenberg all over backing him for the last lap, and it was a little bit awkward as they came through a back marker. Just about managed to hold it together as they tried to get out of the way. And Kurt Stenberg looked to take a much tighter line in that double right-hander there, and perhaps looked to make a sneaky move before the straight, but ended up losing time because of it.
Yeah, it's a hard corner, that one. If you don't take the exact line, it can lose a lot of time coming onto that straight.
Sorry guys, just trying to get all the things back up again.
No worries, Mark. It's what it's all about. Technical glitches are us. Always happens.
I was going to say, you give me the bug.
That's it. As soon as you step foot in this commentary channel, you can be sure something will go wrong. Yes,
right
still this battle rages on. think it's probably the closest action we've got on the track at the moment.
Yeah, Yarra just took a very aggressive line through turn 2, really cut completely over the grass on the inside, and you can see how much a car, violently reacted from it, and I was surprised really managed to hold his line then through the rest of the corner.
Yeah, actually somebody else who's starting to put the pressure on is Tom Jones. Getting right on the back of Michael Yeo. In fact, I think he's going to get a bit of a run down this back straight. He's in the draft, pulls out, he's going to have to go around the outside.
Oh, so close between them there on the entry to the corner, just about keep it under control for now.
Yeah, great driving there. He managed to hold it round the outside, knew he'd have the inside for the left-hander, got the move done. Fantastic driving.
Michael's got a good run out that final corner. Is he going to look to move up inside? Nice turn 1. Almost. Tom gives him a bit of space just in case, but they stay as they were.
Yeah, great driving by them two fellas.
Yeah, Dean Prescott just in the background, obviously egging them on just to have a little bit of a contact, get involved in that action.
Yes,
well, apparently Brooksy calls Michael Yao, so that's what he's going to get. Sorry, Michael, if you're watching later.
Yeah, of course, new season. If we're saying anything wrong, do come and tell us. A driver interview at the end of the race.
Yeah, come bag out the new commentators as well. Make sure you give us a hard time.
Yeah, it looks like Michael's going to have a run back at Tom here as well. Down the straight, up the inside. Again, Tom's going to have to hold it around the outside. I think he's got the job done. Still side by side though. Michael's going to have the inside for the final corner.
Yeah,
it's going to be, it's going to have a bit of a poor exit here though, so Tom should get the run back. Still side by side. Fantastic driving. He has managed to get the move finally completed though. 4 or 5 corners there.
Yeah,
and Tom,
very early though, so he had no apex speed at all, and Tom was sensible, didn't go up inside and into turn 2.
Yeah, he looked like he had a good run on him there too, but as we've seen earlier on, not a very good spot to try and stick the nose in, that's for sure.
yeah, these guys obviously very evenly matched out there. All the while they're battling. Dean is getting slowly closer and closer.
Oh, big moment there under brakes for Tom.
As Aaron Hamilton runs a little bit wide, into the double right-hander, and almost tags Mark Warmington for good measure as well, but they just about managed to avoid each other.
Yeah.
They just swapped positions as a result.
Yeah, Mark up to 10th place now. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
Not many. Sorry, Luke, go on.
The boys were just having a little chuckle about that incident just then on the radios.
I was about to say, not many Brits out there, but yeah, it's nice to see a few of them up in the top 10, mixing up with you Aussies.
No, it is, mate. Yeah.
Actually, it's nice to have you guys up in the commentary box as well, and just for those tuning in that have never heard Luke and Mark up here before, they'll be playing a bit more of a role this season. The races myself and Leah and some of the other usual commentators can't do. These guys will be filling in. Also got ourselves a shiny new overlay system that will be run hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Just a couple of gremlins to work out on that.
Yes, Mark and I have some big shoes to fill up here, so I'll do our best.
You're going to do fine. Say what you see, it's like catchphrase, that's what I always say.
It looks like Warmington's
Luke. What's that?
got a run by Hamilton here, so that battle's definitely not over yet.
Yeah, we've got someone off on the side there. Is that just a back marker? Can't see. I think it is.
Yeah, that's Reigns Dredges by the look of it. He's currently in 30th, so.
Unfortunately, he just got pushed a little bit wide as he was trying to let the cars a lap ahead of him past, and he had a bit of a twitch through that fast right-hander at the end of a long straight, and ended up in the wall.
Yeah, very tricky around here, even though it looks like a fairly wide track. Back markers seem to, all the leaders seem to catch back markers in tight spots, and if you just drop a wheel off on this grass, there's a long way to get back onto the track, that's for sure.
It's a good battle forming here between Collar and Dodd. Just 0.3 of a second between them as they crossed the line the last time. Lap 20, no one's been into the pits yet, so that fuel's going to be getting a little bit low now, so we'll expect to see them at some point. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't too much in between them last time by, just 0.1 of a second, so, but Dodd is slightly quicker out there. Looks like Collar might have a little bit of damage on the right side of that motor. Yeah, Will perhaps not close enough to get a run down the back straight this time. See these guys trying to close in on Brent and O'Brien ahead of them.
Thomas Cherney just had a heart in mouth moment as Weehan Chan in front of him, Lap's car, went straight on in the double right-hander. He was very, very close to the back of him, so fortunate to not really lose any time, let alone any damage or anything from that.
Yeah, he's fallen back to 1.7 seconds behind lead A now, so just the traffic, perhaps Tobias not getting through the traffic quite as quick as Lee. But we know all full well the pit stop phase, that sort of time can be gained or lost very, very easily. And talking about that, I mean, is fresh tyres that much faster again this season, lads?
Well, on here with your fuel rate, you may as well change tyres anyway because the tyres are take a bit shorter than what the fuel you've got to put in.
I remember previous seasons it was probably what, a second a lap faster for the first couple of laps, and then slowly just got a little bit slower and slower and slower. Is that still the case?
Don't know really, mate. Haven't done any testing, haven't done any driving this season yet.
Yeah, I know from last season, some drivers, especially in our team, were a little bit more aggressive than others on their tyre wear, so it just depends. Fielders can do longer stints and seem to go alright. You'd be about the same kind of lap times, but others would drop off after about 5 or 6 laps. They'd start to go off. So.
Sorry to cut in, guys. We've had the first of our stops made. So Chris Stone has just pitted and come back out. He's rejoined in 4th position, and I think also Jared Filsall has pitted and rejoined as well.
Yeah, actually, just looking at it as well, Michael and Tom Jones both pitted as well. And Michael's pit stop was 23 seconds, where Tom's was only 12. So he's clearly got the jump on him there, and I think Michael's going to be in a bit of trouble with where he's popped out. So I'm not sure why he was so slow. Maybe someone can go and have a little look. Maybe it's speeding penalty or something like that.
Dean Prescott comes into the pits as well.
Who was that, Michael? Mate?
Yeah. Oh, we've got someone off Blue Flag Racing. Is that Mark Warmington? Looks like it might be. Big accident. Let's have a quick look at that. See what's going on there. It's on the main straight there. So.
Sorry, it's Hui Hanchan. Struggles to turn himself around.
Let's switch cars. Sorry, just see the very, very similar liveries. Yeah, let's just have a quick look, see what happened. Yeah, looks like he was just letting one of the leaders go through.
And sorry to cut in again, Alex. Tobias Cherney hits. He blinks before Lee Day, so Lee Day continues around Tobias Cherney.
Tom Jones had a pit lane speeding penalty, so he's had to come back in.
Oh dear, yeah, see that as well.
Kurt Stenberg is also in. It'll be interesting to see where he comes out because he was battling very, very closely with Jared Filsall. So we'll see who comes out on top after the stops.
Yeah, it looks like Tobias is almost full and ready to go out. And just behind him, Kurt Stenberger's come in as well as Tobias exits.
I just seen what happened to Michael too. He missed his pit lane. He had to back up on it.
Had Jake Burton and Mark Warmington in the pit lane as well.
And so Kurt Stenberg lost a couple of seconds by pitting a lap later. Jared Filsall is comfortably in front.
Yeah, so it does seem like that. Just be getting the undercut more than anything.
So Lee Day then responds to Tobias pitting a lap earlier, Lee Day in. And we'll see, yeah, if the same thing has happened to him. We saw Kurt Stenberg lose at least a couple of seconds by pitting a lap later. If it's the same here, then they're going to come out right on top of each other.
Yeah, Chris Bien carries on through, does he? I think he does when he comes around.
Someone wide at the left-hander there. Didn't see exactly who it was. On a looked like Aaron Hamilton has gone off. Managed to keep it off the fence, but he's back on the track. So
yeah, Tobias coming around the final sector now. Lee,
Lee Day's still stationary.
It's going to be quite close, but I think he's going to get it.
As well.
Yeah, just put him down on Jack. It's going to be close, but I think he's still going to retain that position. Yes, Tobias just comes round now, literally going to come out right on his tail. And as you said, a little bit of traffic to deal with on the outside of it's a very, very tricky corner, cold tyres.
Yeah, did well there.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah, Chris Bien is leading the way at the moment.
Yeah, so Tobias has gained maybe a second, half a second, but Lee Day worked out pretty well, just reacting to the first one.
Yeah, and Tobias with a couple of laps under his belt with the new tyres might have a bit of pace here early on. Hopefully he can close that gap up a bit.
Yeah, it's always the thing once you you know, refuel the car and stuff like that. You just got to get used to the balance again. Your braking markers just shift just a fraction, so it's just getting back into the rhythm with the slightly heavier car. See, the 1 lap difference on tyre wear is going to make pretty much no difference. But yeah, Chris still out in front. Looks like he's going for a really long first stint. It's going to be very fast on this second half of this race. If he can maybe eke out another 3 or 4 laps, his tyres should be in good order for the whole second stint.
Yeah, Lee Day and Tobias coming through a lot of traffic at the moment. Tobias had a big slide around turn 1, but has seen to close that gap just slightly.
I think we'll stick with this while they've got all these cars in front of them, just to see what comes of that.
Yeah, Tobias has really closed right up to the bumper of Lee Day through double right-hander then, so we'll see what kind of run they get on the exit. I think by the time they get to the S's at the end, they're going to be right on top of those back markers.
Yeah, it looks like they're battling in front as well, which is always tricky. Side by side ahead of the leaders.
Looks like Shane's got the move done through there. That was a nice move, nice and clean.
It's going to be pretty tricky for both of them. Are they both going to give way to both the leaders?
A bit of an obstacle course.
And the other one doesn't. Well, it's alright for now. So I think we're just all holding our breath slightly waiting to make sure that they get through cleanly. But so this has worked out very well for Tobias so far. He's gained a good couple of seconds from before the pit stops. It'll just be a matter of whether he can hang on to Lee's coattails as Lee looks to come past the back marker, but isn't quite able to do it yet. So this gets held back a fair bit now.
Yeah,
half the lap he's been behind.
This has to be Tobias' opportunity now, right on the tail. Still
not getting out.
He's not going to get a good run here. Actually, I think in the end Tobias was just a bit hesitant there and could have had a run, but didn't want to get involved in anything.
Yeah, Shane really needed to, relinquish that position a lot earlier, just like the car he was battling with had done, and he still would have had his own position.
Yeah, so both guys got fresh cars as well. I noticed the damage is gone from both of them. Tobias had a little bit of front end damage, and Lee had that little bit scuffing on the right hand side, so the fast tow repaired the car, so they're absolutely fresh out there now. So
Chris being up in front still hasn't pitted, still continuing around, quite a number of laps now before, quite a lot of number of laps after the rest of the guys around him, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects his position.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a 20-odd second lead over Lee Day as well, so when he comes in, pits, he's going to have a fairly short stop as well, because he won't need quite as much fuel in there, so the time it takes is going to be a lot more reduced. So I think he might actually end up hopping a few people here with this long strategy.
Yeah, and on a note with people hopping other drivers, I think Jared Filsell managed to leapfrog Chris Stone as well from before his pit stop. So earlier on, Chris Stone was comfortably in third, and Jared is now up ahead in a net third, I guess, waiting for Chris to make his pit stop.
Yeah, and Chris has just pitted as we speak, so this will be interesting. He's still trying to find his pit box, and he's stopped.
Yeah, nice and clean in there.
Yeah, he's a little bit sideways, but that shouldn't worry. But I don't see the car up on jacks, so
it's obviously not.
I think it'd be crazy not to take tyres, maybe even just some rears, but there's no jacks under that car at all.
Yeah, we'll just stick with it just until he sets it down. Actually,
He's down.
Yeah, they did jack it up, just didn't look like it.
Yeah,
looks like it's come out in 5th place, I think.
Jared Filsell runs very, very wide coming out of turn 1. Lucky to keep out of the wall, holding on to his position.
Yeah, back with the leaders while this battle continues to go on. Tobias seems to be able to hang on, but just can't seem to get enough of a run anywhere to have a look. So I think the real opportunity is going to be with the back marker in front, as we've got a couple again now through this final sector.
Got a good chance at the start finish line if he can position himself well. Doesn't quite work out yet, but still can hang in there.
Yeah, if anything, he lost a little bit of time through there, having to take slightly tighter line.
Yeah, Rensburg just running a little bit wide in front of them there.
Just having a look at the order now, it looks as though we've only really had 3 retirees, so that's pretty impressive. First round, still got 29 runners out there.
Yeah, leaders just getting held up a little bit again by Philip Janssen van Resbergen, having to wait for the back straight as Tobias, as a result, gets right back onto the bumper of Lee again.
I'll tell you what, Lee gets fantastic drive out of that sort of double right-hander there onto this back straight. Even behind the back marker, he was able to pull a little bit of a gap on Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias has hung in there pretty well. I think it's as close as he's been, and he's shaping up just to show himself to Lee in his mirrors, but wasn't close enough yet.
Yeah, you can see the draft working a lot better there.
16 laps to go. I mean, now's the time to really start bundling the pressure on. We're getting into the final third of this race.
Yeah, Jake Burton and Tom Jones been swapping places nearly every lap so far, and they're catching Trevor Johnson a bit too.
Yeah, obviously these guys are a bit further down after pit stop penalties that they had. Trevor in 15th place, obviously had that accident earlier on.
Tobias power sliding around the left-hander as he leads towards the back straight, but doesn't seem to lose any time.
Now we're pretty used to him doing that.
Yeah, he's always complaining about his tyres never last. We don't know why, but we still haven't figured it out. All we know is by the end of the race meet, there's no tyres left in his stall, that's for sure.
Yeah, Tobias unfortunately just missed the apex slightly, I think, on the second part of that double right-hander and didn't quite get the run that time, but still in close proximity. So, yeah, now that pit stops have settled down, let's have a quick run through the order again, shall we? So, Lee Day in that first position, as we know. We've been watching them, himself and Tobias running in second. In third position then is Jared Filsall, so he's made up a good few positions from his pit stops, but Chris Stone now is right on his tail in fourth position, looking to get back that position he had before the stops. Then in fifth position we are going to have so in fifth position we've got somebody missing. There we go. Fifth is Chris Behan, sorry, so fifth position Chris Behan, sixth is Kurt Stenberg, seventh is Michael Yeh, eighth is Mark Warmington, ninth Aaron Hamilton, and 10th is Lance Perkins.
Yeah, I think Chris caught up a heck of a lot on these guys as well. And the last few laps he's been a few tenths of a second faster than Jared and Chris as well. So while they're battling, Chris is closing in on them. So pretty much as we thought, the short stop that he had and the considerable newer rubber on that car is helping him close the gap. Could end up having a three-car battle for this final podium spot at the end of the race.
Tobias very, very close as they come over the start-finish line. I thought he got a good run out that final corner, but it wasn't quite enough to show his nose alongside, but did a good job at taking a slightly different line in that final corner to give him a good run as again he power slides through the exit of turn one.
Yeah, we're on board there as he was giving it a whole load of opposite lock there. Didn't seem to lift out of it though, so pretty happy with the set he must have underneath him. Feels confident in that car to get his drift on.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit more confident than the first stint, because I mean, you know, in the first half of the race, you know, Lee was pretty consistent with him for the first sort of 7 or 8 laps or so, and then was able to build that gap. But it's not really started to happen so far.
Yeah, Tobias looking very racy in that last section of corners there before the main straight. He seems to make up most of his time there, but Day seems to be a bit quicker just through those faster corners at the beginning of the lap. So,
and they've got a whole bunch of back markers in front of them to line up as well. 5 in front of all scored in the way. And Lee's going to get held up coming through his final S's badly. Ooh, God, and the back marker cuts back across, but dives out at the last second. Tobias loses a whole chunk of time.
We've got a great battle looming up for 13, 14, 15 and 16 here. Mr. O'Brien has done a great job so far. He has moved from KRF over to... oh God, where did he go?
I see he's left the team, and that's it. He just pay no interest now. Don't even know who he's driving for. Now we know.
An old bloke's block, mate. Sorry.
And whilst we've been watching the leaders, Chris Stone has 2 similar liveried cars side by side. It was not Jared and Chris Stone, so Jared is still in third, Chris Stone is still in fourth, close behind.
Yeah, it's his teammates who want him to get out of the way nice and quickly. just helps him with a little bit of draft down this back straight.
It looks like, yeah, Brenton's moved to Demidol Motorsports. Just to help you out there,
Excellent.
Nobby. No worries, mate. Just put the chase cam on and read the new livery.
Ingenious idea, that one.
Yeah, maybe I should have thought of that.
I'm learning.
So yeah, that battle
looks
between
like-
the leaders has just broken up slightly, unfortunately, with Tobias getting massively caught a lap to go in the final corner. So really, at the minute, with the leading group of cars, it's between Yared and Chris Stone as to who's going to come out on top there.
Yeah, Chris
That looks
Bean
like-
as well is down to 2 seconds behind these guys as well, so he's definitely coming. I think by the end of this race he's going to be on them. Looks like we've got our very own Dean Prescott waiting to have an interview. I guess something's happened. I can't see, he's not driving, so let's bring him up and just see what happened. Dean, it was going so well for you at the start there. Looked like top 10 was on. We didn't see what happened. Just explain to us, mate.
Yeah, it was going well. Just biding my time, sitting behind Jonesy. But no, it was after the pit stop. Tyres were a little bit too cold. Decided I'd put too much fuel in, so I had to push to warm them up. Warmed them up a bit too much. And then the voice chat started to raise in game, so it put me off a little bit. Turn 2, completely missed a braking point straight on.
Sounds like a driver's excuse, that one. The voice chat in the sim raised a little bit. Scared me off the track. I don't know.
It's the longest explanation of an incident I've heard so far.
Well, you know us Poms, we always like our excuses.
We just make sure we don't mention the cricket. That's all.
Unlucky Mr. Prescott.
Yeah, seems I had some phantom damage as well through the first pit stop, so I'm sat in the pits waiting for another 3 minutes to get repaired.
So, obviously first race back in the V8. I mean, just tell us, is it good to be back?
Last night it wasn't, this morning it was. Well, apart from now, obviously.
Yeah. That's good to hear anyway. Well, I hope to get the damage repaired nice and quick and get yourself back out there just to get to the end of the race.
Fingers crossed.
Alright mate, unlucky, and we'll catch you later.
See you guys.
Hey, mate.
Dean Prescott there. Apex Racing UK.
Yeah, unlucky for Dean there. I wonder what happened to his fast toe. If he had phantom damage earlier on there, the first pit stop should have taken care of it. So
Yeah, I think that was the problem. When he had his first pit stop, it used his fast toe, so then when he did actually get damage, he had no fast toe to use.
okay.
Yeah, it does happen a fair bit. And it used to happen to me a lot.
That wasn't phantom damage, Mark. We saw how you drove that car.
Oh well, you can't be soft with this thing.
Chris Bean, I've been piping on about it. Looks like he's about 1.5 seconds behind now, so these boys are going to have to watch out behind them.
Yeah, Tobias looks like he's dropped off Lee a bit there, so it'll be interesting coming to the last few laps here.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds. There's obviously nothing between those guys, and it's really the slipstream down that back straight that was able to keep Tobias tucked in really, really tight, putting the pressure on. He's just outside that now, struggling to get back in there.
Yeah, just with one of those back markers there, just breaking it up enough just to get him out of that draft. So.
Oh, we've got just under 10 laps to go now. Anyone that you think's really stood out today, driver so far? Driver of the day?
I think Yared has been one of the bigger movers in the top 10. Yeah, so he started from, where did he start? 5th, 6th position, I believe. No, okay, 4th, but he was racing in 5th for a little while. and so he's made up a couple of positions through the pit stops, and he can hold on to this, and he'll be quite happy with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, Will Dodd started 18th, running 11th. He's had a pretty solid drive. Just having a look through, I don't have the actual position changes here, but just looking at quality and race setups, so there's a fair few that have made up a lot of positions, mainly through the pit stops, I think.
Yeah, it just goes to show, really, keep your nose clean through the race. Usually you're going to move yourself up this pack.
Yeah, Brenton O'Brien's moved up from 22nd to 15th. Done a pretty good job.
Yeah,
I was about to say Mark's done well as well. And also, Trevor Johnson obviously had that off really early on, didn't he, with the damage, and had to have that early pit stop. He's done quite well, into 12th place, so might even have a chance. I think he might get 11th, but I can't see him getting any higher than that. But still, that's impressive, coming back from last.
Yep, certainly is.
Yeah,
Chris,
sorry,
go on,
mate. No, you're right.
Chris Stone has closed right up to the back of Jared Filson again. That was also hoping this battle was going to start developing again. I think Jared had a slightly slower lap last time by 2 tenths between them.
Yeah, let's just have a little check-in just elsewhere, see what else is going on. Looks like we've got Jake Burton here. Not too far behind Will.
Yeah, Jake never really did manage to recover particularly from his incident in the first laps. I thought he might have been able to push back through the field a little bit and move up into a top 10.
Yeah, Trevor has got Will as well, so I think Will's got a little bit of damage on the front end of his Falcon there, so maybe slowed him up just a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like it might be another expensive repair bill for the poor Mark here. There's Damo up ahead of the leaders here with a lot of damage on the front. So after the rough incidents the other night,
The poor old bank account's gone now, mate.
yeah, Damo just getting out of the way there for a few of the faster boys. Trevor Johnson by the look of it.
Yeah, and I think Jake's about to come through as well. Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, Dahey with a good run on Jake.
Yeah, Jared's right behind these two blokes too, actually.
A bit of a look up the inside there by Jake on Will. Definitely holding up Day here, so Tobias could pounce on this if it continues.
Yeah, it just goes to show the pace that these guys have got up the front here. Looks like they could end up lapping up to the top 10. Let's give Dodd a little bit of breathing room anyway.
It's always tricky when you're in the mid-pack there and the leaders come up to you and you've got your own little battles. You know, you want to let them pass, but sometimes you just can't. You've got your own battle in front, so very tricky, especially with a close field like this.
Yeah, it sounded like Will was fuel saving there. We were just on board as he was down the back straight. Definitely lift coasting into that final sector. So he might just be. This is why perhaps he's slipping back a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he just moved across to let Jake Burton there through, and he was on the radio. So I think I heard him say go round. So yeah.
Yeah, I think if he can just eke it out, you're probably only going to lose a couple of places compared to maybe sort of 10 or 15 that if he ends up going for a pit stop. Let's just check back in with the battle for third position.
Yeah, I've been watching for the last lap, Alex, and Chris Stone has been as close as he is now the whole lap round, basically. Had a little bit of a sniff as they were approaching turn 1 a minute ago, but not really close enough.
Yeah, Bean's chargers halted. They've actually pulled about half a second on him now, so...
Coming up on Brenton here, looks like he's moving over for both of them, and they both got a good run, but still just outside the draft there, I think. But he might have him under brakes. Go a bit later.
Yeah, through the final sector, looks like he got a good run off this final corner. Might just poke his nose out. Thinks twice. Yeah, Lee at the front. Gap is up to 1.4 seconds now, so wouldn't necessarily say it was comfortable, but I think he can stop focusing on his rear view mirror and just worry about what's ahead at this point.
So great pressure still from Chris Stone on Yared. He's really, gonna. Oh, as a car stopped in the middle of the track and the double right hander. Oh, the guy's just about managed to scrape up the inside of him. That was Wei-Han Chan again, the same car we saw sat on the pit straight earlier on.
It's not what you want to see, is it? Just you got your own battle going on. Do you see that? 4 laps to go.
Yeah, so not surprisingly, as a result of that, Chris just has dropped back ever so slightly, just as he has made sure he got through there cleanly. But I think he's got the pace on Yared. He's going to be able to close right back up to him again.
I must find out what's happened to Will after the race, because he's let Jonesy through, so...
Oh, car coming back onto the track. Now that certainly would have given me kittens.
Yeah, that's going to give Chris a decent chance for a run out this corner, I think, as Harrod quite rightly had to be quite cautious going in, but God, it looks so close to tank slapping across him there.
Oh, drifting it in.
Just about managed to keep it together, but bouncing over the inside curve. Didn't really lose any time though, still got the momentum out the corner.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Just having a look, not much else going on. Aaron Hamilton maybe on Mark Warmington. Let's quickly check in on that battle.
Oh, he's got a good run on this draft here. He's closing up on the brakes. Might have a good run onto the main straight here. Jared has that overclocker's car all over him.
Chris Stone again gets a good run out the final corner, but not quite enough for turn 1.
Yeah, it's a tricky place to overtake down there. You don't get much of a run, do you? The main, it's classed as the main straight, but really it's all about the back one. Chris is using every bit of the track as well. Inside curb, outside curbs. What we saw earlier. Backing it into the corners.
Yeah, the V8s love a bit of 2-wheel action where you can get it.
Yeah, back marker not getting out of the way particularly quickly here. Jared's going to want to get past. Nothing happening. This surely must be Chris's opportunity. Right on his tail. Needs to get a good exit. Looks like he has. Gets up close to the back marker. Get a bit of side draft as well.
Yeah, it's got to be Chris's chance.
He's going to have to go around the long way. We've seen it happen before.
There we go, side by side as they come through. Who's going to be bravest on the brakes? Chris tries to hang in there, but he's not quite going to have enough momentum, I don't think. No, he does. He pulls it round. Now he's got the inside. Jared's got to give him some space. Side by side through the whole sequence. Oh, Jared just pushes Chris out a little bit, but they hang on together. Chris again should get a decent exit, but as you said, short straight it'll be tough. Not quite enough. So well done for the guys keeping it clean, but yeah, it's close between them.
Yeah, we go on to the last lap. We're going to just stick with this battle as much as we can. Switch to the leaders just as they're coming across the line. Not much in. I mean, Tobias is now some 3 seconds away, so lead A looking good for the win. It's all about this battle.
They've got another back marker as well. Yeah, different lines out that corner each lap, but let's see if this back marker gets in the way again on the double right-hander. Exactly the same again. Jared goes quite defensive into there. Again, perhaps that's going to give Chris a bit of a better exit, better line on the exit.
Yeah, I'm not sure Chris is going to be close enough. Let's just quickly switch up to the leaders. You guys tell us what's going on with that battle, just as Lee's coming across this final sector onto the main straight. He's going to take victory here. Canadian Motorsport Park, round 1. V8 Supercar Series, ARL-TV, fantastic drive. Tobias Cherney, equally impressive second place. Jared looks like he's got it held on.
Yeah, Chris tries to take a wide line again, but
Chris is sideways into the last corner.
Yeah, those guys stay as they were. Great racing though. I think they'll be pumped after that. Fantastic driving. Chris being in 5th, never really managed to close up enough. Got within 1.5 seconds, but couldn't get much further. Got Kurt Stensberg in 7th. Michael Ewan in 6th, sorry.
Oh, Nils, contact between Nils and someone there on the last corner coming around.
Oh, I think Mark has run out of fuel. So, is he going to hold on to his 8th place? It's going to be close. No, he doesn't. Just gets pipped. Aaron Hamilton has him. Gutting for Mark there. He drove a fantastic race. Looked like he had 8th in the bag. Art's going to come across and has done already for the 10th. So yeah, I mean up to 11th place Lee laps as well, so pretty much over and done with. Last of the lappers just coming round.
Alright guys, I've got a jet. I know the race just finished. I will catch us next week.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Luke. We'll, like you say, we'll catch you next week, mate.
No worries, enjoyed it. We'll see you all next week. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast.
Lee, can you just take us through the final standings, buddy?
Unfortunately, my client just is frozen, so I'm unable to bring up the screen, I'm afraid.
No problem. I shall take it from here. Lee Day then takes the win by 3.7 seconds from Tobias Cherney. So we know it's a little bit closer than that. I think Tobias just sort of let it go at the end there, just settled in for 2nd. Jared in 3rd, Chris Stone in 4th, as we saw. Really very, very close. Great driving from those two. Chris being in 5th as well. Moved himself up from that pit stop phase. Yeah, some 21 seconds behind the leader. Michael in 6th, Kurt in 7th, Aaron Hamilton in 8th. Mark Warmington, as we saw, just gets pipped to the line, hence why the times look all funny there. But 9th place is right. He ran out before he got to the start-finish line. Lance Perkins does take 10th place, the final car on the lead lap. 1 minute 1 seconds behind the leader. Trevor Johnson, great recovery drive from that early instant. 11th place. It's a pretty decent start to the season. Could have been a lot worse, so I picked up some good points in 11th. Jake Burton in 12th. Tom Jones, obviously that pit stop penalty cost him. He was in a top 10 position in 13th. Brendan O'Brien, nice solid drive for Brendan, 14th place. He'll be quite happy with that, I would think. Will Dodd and Niels in 15th and 16th. Philip in 17th. Brian in 18th. Ian McPherson in 19th and Shane in 20th. I will leave it there, as we've got a few guys just wanting to have a little bit of an interview. So let's see who we can drag up. Let's go with second place man. Tobias, welcome to the comms box.
Hey guys.
Pretty exciting race for you out there. Couldn't quite get the run on Lee to get that first position, but tell us a little bit about the race anyway, and you happy with the result?
Yeah, I would say was quite interesting race. Lee did a great job. I had the feeling my car was fast in the first few laps of a stint, but then I think I made a few mistakes, or didn't pay attention to the racing, or did some fuel calculations or whatever. And then I might lost him in the first stint. But after the pit stop, I was back on his rear bumper again. But lapping cars started there quite heavily for us, and it was sometimes not that easy to find the right line. And I think Lee was a little bit more lucky there to get through the cars, and so I don't know if I would have had the chance to overtake him. I think I only got once a run on him after Moss Corner, but in total, great race. Could have been a little bit closer, harder battle at the front, but I'm very happy with my result. I didn't get the chance to look at my teammates' result. But I'm happy to have some teammates here again this season, or in total of us. So we're looking for a great season.
Yeah, nice start. So it's always a tricky place to overtake here as well, but your car looked nice and stable. I mean, in the second stint you looked a little bit more confident with the car than you did perhaps the first stint. Did you? I mean, I think you had maybe just a little bit of front end damage on the car in the first stint. Was that causing you any problems?
I don't think I had damage. No, I didn't make contact. It was just maybe the excitement and pressure in the first race, defending champion again, and I was happy to not throw it away in the first two corners in the first few laps. Stay in touch with Lee and try to apply some pressure, and that was the plan. At some point, passing him eventually in the pits or something.
Yeah, well, congratulations today. I mean, that's a pretty decent way to start off the season. Defending champion. I'm sure you got a bit of competition on the grid this season, so let's hope you continue with the success, and we can see you back up on the podium next week.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, last season wasn't easy as well. I mean, with the ANZ train there, it was quite difficult for me sometimes, but they always do a great job, and I hope that we will be able to challenge them this season, especially also for the team championship. And I want to thank my sponsors, PowerBond Deco, and happy that I finally got a setup that worked. Was a quick shot from yesterday. Made some changes to an existing set, and I'm pretty happy about this.
Yeah, well done again, mate, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for broadcasting, and see you later.
Yep, see you, mate. Couple of people jumping in there. So, who should we drag up next? I think we'll grab Mark up next. Okay, maybe not. Hi Mark, sorry to just grab you up. Unlucky there, right at the end, run out of fuel, looking good for an 8th place.
Yeah, I know. You know when you're calculating the fuel on the fly and you just can't do maths, and I kept thinking, have I saved enough, have I not? And then on the last lap I thought, yeah, I've saved enough, so now I don't have to worry about Aaron. And then coming through the S's it went
yeah, we literally just saw that as well. So close. Thought you were going to hold on, but he just pipped you by a nose in the end there. But
2/10, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, still a good race. You know, you had a sort of solid qualifying. That mid pack is always a bit of a treacherous place to be early on in the race. You survived no problems. You know, did your race go to plan, or is there anything we perhaps maybe missed off camera?
No, I've got to say it probably went better. I didn't get the qualifying I wanted. I should have got a 0.3 or something like that. But hey, I can't complain. It's a tough field. And then yeah, that that mess at the beginning, the first few laps, and people were going off the track, and I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those races, isn't it? And then it's done it to me twice this week, but partway around the track, my graphics just froze for about a second. Luckily this time it was on the back straight, so I just kept my foot down, and I thought, I'm doomed, I'm never going to finish this race. And then before I knew it, came out the pits and I was in 9th, and thought, hey, this is going better than I expected, so I really can't complain. You heard it here, this is my best race of the season. It's not going to get any better.
Just I mean, sorry, go on, Mark.
No, I was just going to say, good job there, Mark. It was a fantastic race to watch all round, actually. So you must have enjoyed it out there.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it doesn't matter what car it is. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the radii of the turns or the sequence of the turns, but Mosport just feels like a proper racetrack. It feels normal, so you can let the engine breathe, you can track out properly, you can aim for your apex, and it just seems to work. Whereas all these other Mickey Mouse tracks with their 90-degree turns, I'm just rubbish at.
Well, Mark, where are we up next week? I'm not sure, because I'm, you know, useless commentator and didn't check these things out.
So whilst I talk slowly, I'll go to the forum and have a look.
Oh, good. Their driver doesn't know either.
No, I just turn up and race. Next we are at Brands Hatch Circuit. Okay, so I like Brands Hatch as well. I like Brands Hatch as well.
Oh well, we should see you do well at Brands. I think you're joining with a teammate this year, aren't you, as well? Who just who just keeps popping in.
Well, I've got there's 3 other teammates on the track. So you've got Rainer Stragers, you've got Arnold Kohler, who raced last season as well, and new this season is Chan Wei Han. This was his first race. He was a bit shocked to find himself 5 seconds off the pace, but we'll talk about that. We'll get some practice in, and we'll hopefully get him up to speed so he doesn't feel quite so daunted as people fly past him.
I was about to say this. I've just grabbed way up here and just welcome him to the commentary channel. And are you on mic? Ah, no mic. Okay. Well, just to say welcome to ARL-TV. Hopefully we can get you on a mic maybe in the future. Get to do a little bit of an interview. But first race in, pretty decent race. Obviously, like you said, like your teammate just said, they're a bit daunted with the with everyone out there. But you survived and you made it home. That's the hardest part with this car, I find. Which is a little ha on the speak. Right, lads, I'm going to let you go because we've got quite a few people down there just wanting to have a quick chat with us. And good luck next week at Brands.
Yeah, and if I can just say, it's brilliant to be back this season and to have the broadcasts back. So thank you guys, because I know it takes you a lot of time logistically and getting your schedules in order. So thanks again for everything you've done for the league.
Yeah, no worries.
You too, Nobby.
No worries, chaps. Right, thanks, fellas.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out of your channel. User was moved
Right,
out of your channel.
let's grab Beanie up here. Hello, mate. Welcome to the commentary box.
Yeah, g'day, guys.
5th place. You went particularly long on that first stint there. I think it paid dividends for you, actually, and it looked like your fresh tyres at the end were going to get you up to the battle that was Jared and Chris, but couldn't quite get there in the end.
No, the first stint, to be honest, it wasn't planned. I didn't really have a race strategy or anything like that, so it just kept pummeling along, and I had clear air once everyone else was pitting, so I thought I'd just carry on and spend the fuel, and yeah, that's where I sort of ended up.
Yeah, I mean, going into the race today, obviously new season. Everybody likes to do well in that first race. I mean, what was your target? Were you looking for a top 5, or you know, where are you thinking for the rest of the season you're going to end up?
No, my expectations was top 10. So fifth is, it's brilliant. You know, I'm happy with that. I had some pace to keep up to Jared and Chris, and I'm surprised by it actually, to be honest.
Well, just talking to Mark, and he says obviously Brands is up next. Fairly similar kind of circuit, I think, in my mind, with sort of just the flow that it is. I mean, how does that track suit you, and how do you think you're going to get on there?
Yeah, well, it's not a I can't say I've raced it very often. I think it was in the last season. I had a bit of a putt around and I had an okay result. So, not expecting huge things, but we'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna have to cut the interview pretty short, mate. Got a lot of people down there, but I just want to say congratulations. Do you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors before I let you go?
Oh, mate, just HPR, High Power Racing. Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, congrats, mate. Top 5. Well done. Great race.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks.
All right, I'm just gonna try and whiz through a bunch of these, and in no particular order, I'll drag them all up. Aaron, welcome to the comms box. Got yourself a nice little extra place right at the depth there. Tell us a little bit about your race. Are you happy with that?
Oh, it was a pretty good race. I got off to a good start. Stuck behind Mark for the last portion. I had a feeling it was fuel saving after he started lifting off the back straight. So I was very surprised at the end when he ran out of fuel right on the last corner. Yeah, pretty crazy race, but quite pleased.
I'm trying to remember. Did you have an off at some point somewhere? I think we caught one. I'm not sure. There's a lot going on in that race, but still a top 10. If you did have that, it's pretty decent result.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that result. I hope to maintain it for the rest of the season and be up quite high in the championship.
I was about to say you've done a few seasons now. This particular championship, so definitely a returning face that I recognise from 2 seasons ago now. So, I mean, 8th place, good start. You're saying there about finishing sort of reasonably well up in the championship. What's the target for yourself this season?
Say top 5. Last season I managed to finish 6th, so top 5 is probably a reasonable goal. There's plenty of good drivers here who are a lot better than me, but if I'm consistent, then I'll be up in the top 5.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I think consistency always outs at the end. Well, congratulations again. Sorry, there's a few guys there, so it's going to be a pretty short interview, just the same as the others. Do you want to give a quick shout out to your sponsors before I let you go?
Yeah, sure. I have to thank Lenovo and also Playseat Challenge for sponsoring our team, LIT Motorsport.
Thanks, mate. See you next week at Brands. Right, just trying to whiz through these guys now, just to get them on as it's first race of the season. Joined by Brenton. Brenton, welcome to ARL-TV.
G'day boys, big lineup downstairs, so I won't take too much of your time, but thanks for doing the broadcast again tonight.
It's alright mate, anytime. We're back, hopefully full season this time as well, so should be good, looking forward to it. 14th, happy with that?
Massively happy with my new team. I've got to give a shout out to them early days. Demidov Motorsports, there's 4 of us on board this season, so we've brought 3 new drivers to the series. Lance Perkins, who else we got? Crying out loud, Ian McPherson and Luke Betts, so hopefully they'll be joining us, so it's good to have them on board as well. But 14th, massively happy with that.
Yeah, well done mate, it looked like a nice solid consistent race for you, slowly worked your way into that position.
Oh, that's what it's all about. It's very easy to make mistakes on this track with the traffic, but by saying that, I was really happy with my race pace tonight. You know, some other times, I plod around and live off everybody else's mistakes, but not tonight. I did a pretty good race. I was really happy with my pace tonight, so yeah, hopefully it'll be a good season.
Well, congratulations mate. You obviously mentioned the team. Do you want to give a quick shout out to your sponsors?
Yep, Demidov Motorsports and Burton's Mobile Car Wash. There's a new car wash company in Sydney, So if you guys in Sydney get a chance to want to wash your car, make sure you give them a call. Burton's Mobile Car Wash. Thank you.
Cheers, Brenton. See you at Brands, mate.
Look forward to it.
Congrats,
Cheers, boys.
mate.
Cheers, Nobby.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your
Right. Up next, we've got Jake Burton. Hi, Jake.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the comms box. Nice little race for yourself today. Just tell us a little bit about it, how it went.
It went really good from the get-go. I didn't get a great start. I had a couple of really good laps, and I'm very sorry to Trevor Johnson. Unfortunately, there was a contact going to the second corner a few laps in. Completely my fault, just missed my brake marker and couldn't do anything about it. But apart from that, a few laps later, car started getting really, really good, and yeah, just started to try and make my way back through the field, and yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you come back all the way to 12th place. Just having a look now. Just trying to find you on the standings in the end. You had 2 pit stops. What was the second one for?
Yeah, that's my other mistake of this race. When I was adjusting my fuel on pit road to get fueled up, I hit the pit speed limiter and got a speeding penalty. Had to hold for 17 seconds, so that sent me back a bit as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to say, 12th place with all that went on, the little coming together with Trevor, you must be pretty delighted with that first race of the season, I would think.
Oh, I'm stoked. The car had exceptional qualifying and race pace. Tobias made us an exceptional setup, and thanks to the sponsors, Powerbond, Daco, and great team and great setup for this race. I'm very happy.
Cool, we're up next at Brands Hatch. What's your targets for that place?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to make the Brands Hatch race because of real-world commitments, but yeah, I'll definitely be back the week after.
Alright, mate, well, that's a shame,
I'm
but
sure the team
we'll see you there.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Alright, mate, thanks a lot, and congrats again, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Will do. Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
Right, blasting through them as we go. Jamie Fuchs, welcome to the comms box. Returning face.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, just tell us a little bit about your race today, mate. Didn't see too much of you on camera, I have to say. After about the 5th or 6th lap, I think you were in that midfield battle, but dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, just had a few problems. It was the first time that I even tried the set in qualifying, so just tried to hang around and just kept making little mistakes. These things happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you were running strong to start off with. I mean, what's it like in that mid-pack? I mean, it looks tough. I mean, there's a lot of cars around as well, all very, very evenly matched on pace and performance.
It's very hectic. Everyone's so close together, it's just you make one mistake and it can ruin pretty much everyone's race around you, so you just got to try and take it easy and take the opportunities when they come and try not to make those mistakes.
Yeah, well, we're up at Brands next, and hopefully you're going to bounce back there?
Hopefully I will. Hopefully I can get enough seat time to really get the feeling going again, and it was actually really good knowing that I had a bit of pace here, so yeah, hopefully I can transfer that onto Brands Hatch, and yeah.
Before I let you go, mate, just want to give a shout out to your sponsors.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Powerbond, Daco, Newline, as well as all the other minor sponsors, and sorry that I forgot their names, and yeah, thanks guys, and thanks to all my teammates for being such great teammates.
Alright, unlucky today, mate, and we'll see you in a week's time.
See you then.
Let's drag Kurt up. Hi Kurt, welcome to the commentary box. 7th place today.
Hello.
Must be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. A little disappointed about my moment at turn 2 and I come out of the pits, but oh well.
We must have missed that off camera. Do you want to just tell us what happened there?
Oh, I come out of the pits and I just missed my braking marker and went straight into the wall there. And yeah, had damage for the rest of the race.
And that
But
was right after your
wasn't
pit
too
stop, was
bad.
it?
Yeah.
Nightmare. Well, I have to say, to finish 7th place with a damaged car, what lap did you pit in there?
23 or 24, I think.
So a fair decent amount of that race. Still get a top 10 result, first race of the season. Actually, I'd say that's pretty damn good job there. What I mean, just having a look, you were being well, you weren't too far behind Michael at the end there. Were you chasing him down, or did he just manage to get you before the end of the race?
He got me when we were in a bunch of traffic and I was chasing him back to try and get him back, but yeah.
Well, I was about to say, that was something that we saw quite a lot of today. The traffic was, at times, there was just immense amounts of it as well. 30 odd cars out on what is a relatively short track. Just tell us what it was like out there.
Well, it's just a track where if you don't catch someone in the right spot, it's very hard to get past them. Like, if you catch someone in the middle of a corner, there's not much that they can do in front of you, so you've just got to sit behind them, and when you're battling for position, that can be a bit annoying, but oh well.
Well, as I've sort of mentioned to the others, we're up at Brands Hatch next. Is it a track you like?
Not really that much, but it's not that bad, so...
So what's what are you hoping to get out of that one?
Hopefully just get another result like tonight would be nice, but I'm not sure if that'll happen again.
And so with you getting a top 10, I mean, is that something you're targeting for the championship, top 10 finish, or do you want a little bit better than that?
Top 10 would be nice.
Cool. Do anyone, do you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors while you're on air?
Just thank you to Powerbond Racing.
Cool. Well, thanks, Kurt, for joining us. I mean, sorry, is there anyone else? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Hey, alright, I was just going to say thank you to Daco as well.
Cool. Right, mate. Well, I'm just going to whiz through the rest of these interviews, but thanks very much for joining us today. Congrats on 7th place, and we'll see you in a week's time at Brands.
No worries, thank you.
Arens, welcome to the commentary box. Just tell us a little bit about your race today, mate.
Me?
Yeah, please.
So where is the commentary box?
Oh, you're in the. Sorry, welcome to welcome to the college box. I see you had well, you ended up finishing 25th today. Just retiring from the race there. Possibly.
Yeah, today was a bad luck, especially the first corner. Probably the cause was my ping. It turned out that somebody like ran my left side and I ended up in the wall. But watching the replay, it seems like a bit different. But I can't understand whose fault is that. So I ended one lap behind everyone, and I wanted to catch, but after 10 laps I decided just to ride to the finish line.
Yeah, I have to say it is very tricky with the you know, for the Europeans, when the server's hosted in Australia, it does sometimes cause us a few problems. We have to give that extra foot of room that we probably wouldn't need to normally.
Yeah, I hope I will get the points, because I ended up with 11 mistakes and 4 was in the first lap. Somehow I need to delete those.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the rules with regards to the points and things like that. I'm sure Mark can clarify that for us, and the admins will let you know.
I think you'll be right, Rens.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward for the next week.
Yeah, Brands Hatch.
Wasn't that bad race at all.
Yeah, I mean, is Brands a circuit you like?
I'm mostly new to the iRacing, so all tracks for me are almost the same. My favorite at the moment is Mount Panorama.
So
good choice.
Yeah. So what's the target for the season then? First season in the V8 Supercar Championship. So where are you hoping to finish the championship?
This is the second season for me in this league. So first season was just to get to the finish line, but I couldn't make for some races. So this time my goal is to get probably in top 20, or at least to try to do that.
Oh, well, I wish you all the best on that, and sorry for that, getting that a little bit wrong there. So I should check my facts more.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. Before I let you go, just want to give a shout out to your sponsors.
We don't have any.
Well, there you go. That's an open sponsorship slot there for anyone listening. Wants the perfect opportunity to get some names on some cars. Well, thanks very much, mate. We'll see you next week at Brands Hatch.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
TJ, we'll get to you eventually, mate.
Yeah, I had to duck out for a little bit, but I'm back.
Well, tell us a little bit about your race. We saw obviously the little coming together that you had earlier on. Got some damage, got your fast toe. Fought yourself back up to 11th. Pretty decent result.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the car at the start of the race. There was no balance to it at all. The front end had just gone, and I was fiddling around with the bars trying to get it back, and bias trying to get it back, and was it Jason that was behind me or something like that? Anyway, he was like right on my tail, and I still hadn't sort of solved it, and he just got to run and put his car where really it couldn't fit, and we ended up in the grass, and then dragged it round, got the fast toe, put some fuel and new tyres on it, just so I could have a clean base again to try and figure out if it was the setup or what, or the weather maybe. And yeah, it felt all right after that stop, and I was sort of considering whether to run long or pit right on the edge of the window to try and jump a few people, and I ended up pitting with like 28, 27 laps to go, something like that. Jumped a few people, so it worked out pretty good in the end.
Yeah, I mean, to come back from where you were to 11th, as I touched on just a second ago, is a pretty decent result. I mean, obviously we've seen you fighting up the front through previous seasons. What's the target for the season? You thinking eyeing up maybe the championship, or you're just going to sort of be happy with a top 5?
No, the championship's always the primary target, but you just have to sort of play it by ear, so to speak, and just see where you are sort of towards the end of the season. As long as you're putting it in top 5s every race, you should be there or thereabouts with drop rounds and things like that. So not the best start, but plenty of time to get up there again.
You're doing a little bit of streaming driver's eye view, I believe, this season. I couldn't quite get everything set up this morning to get you as a bit of picture-in-picture, but that's something we'll work on for future races, which is a nice new feature, hopefully.
Yeah, I've seen like Ray Alfala in the Pro Series on the NASCAR side do it for a couple of seasons now, and I've always sort of wondered whether I could be able to stream and race at the same time, but I've done a little bit of testing before Christmas, and then it worked out pretty good. So sort of week 13, Christmassy time, when I took a bit of a break out of everything else, I was just streaming test races and stuff like that in the RUF, trying to get settings set, and yeah, it works pretty good.
We're up at your home circuit next week. Looking forward to that one.
Yeah, Brands Hatch is Brands Hatch, yeah. It's it's a good place. like that track a lot. I've been there a few times. Yeah, the V8 works around the Grand Prix circuit pretty well. So yeah, it should be just as good as this race because it's quite close looking at the qualifying times for this one. So it should be similar there.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck on that one, mate. Before you go, just want to give a shout out to your sponsors.
Yep, got some new ones this year. We've got Tag Pest Management. Thanks to them for coming on board. Stowe, as usual. PRS, but they're not on my car yet. That's a personal sponsor. ANZ for keeping me there for another season. Must have done something right, or they're just too polite to get rid of me. But yeah,
they're Aussies, mate. They're Aussies.
You need a pump to bash every now and then, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, congrats, mate. We'll see you next week at Brands, and yeah, good luck in the championship.
Oh yeah, and I forgot one because there's not a sticker on my car yet. V8 Supercars New Zealand, they've come on board with us for this year, so
oh cool.
Just waiting for their decal to go on my car actually.
Sweet. Right, well thanks, mate. And good
Cheers,
luck.
guys. Last but not least, we've got Michael.
How you going, boys?
Hello, mate. Congratulations today on your race, 6th place. Must be pretty happy with that for the opener.
Oh, absolutely stoked. Just unfortunate for Kurt that he had damage, but yeah, that was some awesome racing with Tom in the early stints there.
Yeah, we noticed you had a really long pit stop, about well, the only pit stop that you had, 23 seconds, about 10 seconds longer than most of the other guys around you. Just what happened there?
Yeah, I was trying to turn my fuel off and it just didn't want to stop, so it just filled me to the brim, and I couldn't do anything about it, so I had to sit and wait. Then it released me and out I went. So yeah, it happened earlier on too in the Race of Americas, but obviously the button I'd set just didn't change and didn't work.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I mean, you're a new face to me. Is this your first season in the championship, or is this a returning season?
No, I'm a rookie for the ARL. I've just been, learning and getting some tips off my other teammates, Simon Black and Marty Atkins and Matty Nethercote and that, and yeah, just thought I was reasonable enough to come in and have a crack and yeah, just see how we go.
Yeah, we obviously know those guys, defending champion. I can't remember whether it was Marty or Simon that won it. All I know is they were both very, very consistent throughout that season. So you're in good hands if they're giving you the advice.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in the OSR team there, and sponsored sort of by Fincar and Racing to You. So a lot of thanks goes out to those guys for helping me sort of, I guess, jump the ladder, so to speak.
Yeah, so I mean, 6th place today. You're saying obviously it's the rookie season. What are you thinking your target's going to be for the rest of the season, and where you're hoping to finish?
Well, if I can finish in the top 10, I'd be really happy with that. Anything up from 10th would be pretty stunning for me. I'm certainly not as quick as Tobias or Jared in that respect, but I just like to race clean and be consistent, and I think that's the key to at least finishing firstly, and then finishing in a good spot at the end of the season. So if I can make top 10 in my first season, I'll be really happy.
Yeah, well, I wish you all the best for that and for next week at Brands as well. But yeah. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me along, guys. I'm going to enjoy it, I reckon.
Cheers, mate. Right, fellas. That was a long old interview session. Few there, but we thought as it was first race back, I'd blast for everybody that took the time to jump in. So thanks very much. By all means, join us next week. We'll do the same again. But great race there, Lee, if you're back. Mark as well.
Yeah, it was a good close battling, wasn't it? Say little groups at the beginning of the race, strung out a little bit more at the end, but we had the front two and the third and fourth position keeping us entertained for the rest of the race. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was fantastic racing actually for the first race. Nice and clean. You know, a couple of little incidents there, but there was nothing that could have been helped with most of them. So yeah, no, the driver's done really well. I'm really happy for him.
Yeah, it's great to see the 30 car grid as well. Let's hope that that sort of sticks throughout the season. Means we have always got something to focus on throughout the race as well. There's normally some sort of battle in that midfield that we can do, but certainly looks like the championship's going to be quite a close one. The guys up the front, very, very close, that we saw obviously Tobias and Lee, but I don't think we can rule out some of the others that were just a little bit further behind as well. They're also very, very quick, so I think we're going to have an exciting championship this season. We're obviously going to be back next week for Brands Hatch, same time, I believe, Mark?
Yep, mate, yep, definitely will be.
Yeah, just thought I'd confirm that now. Right, well, thanks very much everybody for tuning in. I've been Alex Simpson. I've been joined by Lee Thompson and Mark Noble from ARL-TV. This has been round 1 of the V8 Supercar series, brought to you by ARL-TV, and we will be back next week.